until now. The drumbeat of Alkebulan's fables, cloaked in false light, poisoning our minds with manufactured truths. For too long, we swallowed the bitter pill of their narratives, believing the lies they spun about our history, our divinity, our very being. The pale Messiah, a phantom of their design, shattered our spirit. Their history, a weapon, their God, a gilded cage. This is not just a fight for streets, but for souls. A spiritual war rages, unseen, unheard, until now. The drumbeat of Alkebulan calls us home, to our true selves. Reclaim the crown, the wisdom, the power stolen from our bloodline. The choice is stark, the hour is late. We rise to redeem our stolen legacy, or we are lost forever. This is Redeem or Destroy. Unapologetic. Raw. Unfiltered. Hosted by June, the voice for the voiceless, and remember, only the facts can start the processes for us to gain our freedom.
Yeah. Only the facts can set us free, people. What it look like? It's your brother man from the motherland coming to you guys live, 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in the drop top preaching these streets. They got a whole bunch of heathen lies they was feeding to me. Yeah, man. Listen, man, we at the top of the top, man. I know you guys are probably just waking up and it's like, damn, this nigga Junes is back again. Yeah, the reason why I'm back is, again, I'm finding out so much information. I've been up since like 3 o'clock and I've never got away from this computer, just literally just uncovering, researching. And the more that I find is the more I shake my head, because all I can do at this moment is shake my head. And today, right now, in this current AM, I gotta let it be known. This black Jesus, this black Madonna, whatever you wanna call it, all of this is lies. Oh my G's, bro. When I tell you that the things that we have been believing to be righteous and holy and separate and, created by the gods of the Israelite, all of this is lies, guys. I have it, and I'm gonna share my screen with you. I'm gonna share my screen, and a lot of you guys will be very, very upset to find out the things that we was literally subjecting ourselves to. It's some of it was, unintentionally. We don't, especially us as colored people, we don't just wake up looking for the lies. We try to find the truth, and within the truth, hopefully get us closer to this freedom that we was told since we was young. You know what I'm saying? So now that I'm, uncovering and reading certain things, and it's like, wow. And our people really don't know what they worshiping, man. Like, really, really don't know. I'm gonna pull up something for you guys, and I want you guys to know that, and everything that I've been saying for the last, I'll just say, a year now, because I used to believe this. You know what I'm saying? I used to teach this. My whiz told me we was watching the movie Traders. Shout out to Don Chila. And we was watching the movie, and I said something jokingly. I was like, can you imagine, I said, no, I'm lying. I was like, I remember when I thought I was a Muslim, and I was like into the teachings for like a month, and then I got out of it because I was like, this ain't for me. And she replied and said, I remember when you was claiming that we was Europeans for a long period of time. And I said, yeah, I know, my bad. I said, you forgive me? She was like, no. And it was funny, but at the same time, I understand, because we really believe that we are a people of a story that was literally compiled and put together by individuals that don't look like you, don't talk like you. They didn't take it from no African source of South Africa, no scrolls, none of that. All of these scrolls and stuff was literally man-made, was created. Okay? Sometimes you have to understand and pay attention and make things make sense. Adam and Eve was speaking to a serpent, a snake. A snake persuaded Eve to eat a forbidden fruit. That so you basically are saying that a snake has more power than God because a snake made man eat a forbidden fruit, knowing that the creator, our so-called father, told us not to eat. But a snake, I mean, people, we have to really start analyzing what we are doing. You understand? We have to start analyzing. And for me, spending 10 plus years into this studies, even right now, like I said, I've been up since 2:00. Never went to bed, nothing. I'm just, just like, I gotta see what's going on. Here I am trying to put this podcast together. While I'm putting this podcast together, I'm also doing studies, figuring out what to bring forth to the people to get people in a space of redemption, okay? Redeeming ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We owe that to our ancestors. We owe that to ourselves. We owe that to our children. You understand? We owe that to the creators that created us. We owe it to them. So for me, being up and studying and finding out more and more information, you come to find out that everything that these people has given us has been a lie. And the only reason why we're subject unto this is because when you are a slave and you have been stripped of your identity, any opportunity that can give you any ownership of something, you're going to jump on, which is what we have been doing for the last 70 years. Okay? The Hebrew ideology, the Hebrew doctrine has, it started in the late 1800s, 1900s, and it manifests and it had momentum, extra momentum in the 60s after the assassination of Martin Luther King, John F. Kennedy, and no other than Malcolm X. This is not for no discussion. These are the facts. Okay? You can go look it up. I done put videos up. I done showed you where the 12 tribes chart came from, the origin of it. I just showed you a live earlier today showing you who these Spaniards are, these Puerto Ricans, these light-skinned dudes with the long curly hair, you know what I'm saying, that never have a pimple, who their female counterparts are coming out saying all of them is homosexuals. No disrespect. I'm just relaying what they are saying. Okay? And I know why these men have this energy, because their origin is not of African descent. It's not of so-called Israelite descent. Matter of fact, they are of Israelite descent. They are of Christianity descent. They are of the European descent. Just look at them. Look at them. I tell them, pay attention to the nose. And like I said, this is not a state of disrespect, because I have a lot of Hispanic friends. I got nothing but love for my Hispanic people. But it's time for us to stand on the facts, because us as Black people, we got the short end of the stick in every category, bro. And it's like, what is compelling us from elevating? What's in front of us that's stopping us from getting to the next level? That's stopping us to put down this protest and this marching that got us in the state of, you know what? If you violate me, I'm violating you back. What's stopping us that when a Black man does that to us, we quick to spin the block? But when another nation does that, we quick to walk the block with sticks in our hands, we're protesting, march, and we stomping and we saying we shall overcome. Like what's causing us from going to the extreme? And which you will find out that what's causing us to go to the extreme is the religion that they placed in front of you, the religion that they forced upon you, a doctrine, of teachings that no black person can confirm or prove. Okay? There's not a single black person that can prove that black people are the original Hebrews, because I have yet to find a black person that could speak the fluent Hebrew. I have yet to find a person that can speak the ancient Hebrew. Okay? The shalom and all of according to the Jewish scholars, the shalom and all of that, they consider that Hebrew slang. Once again, they give us a language and we create our own version, and now we're claiming that this was our tongue. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. The English language is a fraction of German. Is a German language. That's the origin of the English language. It comes from Germany. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay? This is European tongues. This is not our tongue. But when you are a individual who has nothing, whose total identity has been stolen, anything that you have the opportunity to cleave on, you will cleave on to. That's what happened to me. You understand? I sat back one day, and I know I'm rambling for a minute. I'm gonna put these things up for you to see, but I just want to set the stage up because it's just pathetic at this moment. You understand? When I was seeking wisdom and understanding, which happened when I went to college, because when I was in high school and junior high school, I'm around my peers. I'm around regular, ignorant. We just going to school because our mother said to go to school. Like, to be honest, I went to college to make my mother proud. I say that again. I went to college to make my mother proud. I didn't go to college for me. I could care less for it. No disrespect, but I already knew what was being taught in school. My mind was too advanced. You guys know I never had to study, and I graduated and I flourished in every school, institute you can imagine. I flourished. Don't let this ignorance that you see, I'm just being me. Don't let this fool you. Okay? I sat in the room with the top scholars. And also I sat in the room with the philosophers. I'm talking about the board of psychology. One of the head members of psychology wanted to fund my tuition. Said, listen, I will pay and I will make sure you come to school. Please come to my school. If I'm lying, I'm flying. May fire fall on me right now if I'm lying. This is not for me to, like I said, I'm not here to brag and boast. I'm just trying to let you know that I've been here. You understand? The reason why, a lot of things is clogged in my memory is years of bad eating, marijuana, drug use, and on top of that, just deconstructing myself from a lot of things. You understand? It's nothing personal. It's just something that the ancestors wanted me to do. And whether I caused the infliction on myself or it's them that's removing it. But this is the facts. Okay? So the reason why I decided to come on at 7 o'clock on the dot, because I wanted to talk about this whole black Jesus story, and that Jesus was black, and then you got pictures and this. Listen, people, listen. Every place that they took over and they conquered, they bought an image to please the people. Let me say that again. Every place that they conquered, they created an image to please the people. Okay? And it was mainly to please the children, because the elders who was alive, who knew their history, they wasn't hearing that. So when you go into any various locations of time, when these people, the invaders came, the first people that they wanted to remove was the elderly, the wise ones, and the men. So the mass majority of us are the relapse, if that makes sense. We are the aftermath of the mothers and these little boys and the little girls that had to grow up with a new profound ideology. Okay? The Bible says, train up a child from young so when they get old, they won't depart. You see, you wondering why you can't depart? It's because you have been indoctrinated. Your ancestors has been indoctrinated from a very young, long time. When you read books like this, it uncovers everything. It tells you everything that you need to know. If you want to know about your civilization, it tells you everything you need to know. If you want to know why the Bible is not our book, explain this. What is the Freemason logo doing on the biblos? Why did Jesus die at the age of 33? Make it make sense. Why isn't there any let's put it like this. Where is the clothes that Jesus was wearing that they took off his back? You see, you guys are so caught up into he died and resurrected. And he resurrected. The point of the word resurrection was to cause you to look at a different direction. Where was his clothes? Where is Mary? Where was she buried? What happened to Joseph after Jesus became a grown man? There was no more story of Joseph. Where did Joseph go? How did he die? Where did he spend the remainders of his years? Huh? You guys are not paying attention because you have been brainwashed to operate in a state of belief over the facts. So if I come to you and say, yo, my brother, yo, my sister, check this out. Yo, I got $1 million in this crib, bro. Or I got food, whatever, water, shelter, clothing. I got everything inside. But you got to believe in me first. You got to trust in me first, and you'll gain access to that. By default, your mind is automatically going to convert because I'm presenting something that you're desiring, that you feel that you need. Us as Black people, we're desiring something that's going to make us look better than slaves. We're desiring a identity. We want a culture because us here, especially here in America, I tell the Black Americans do not have a culture. Your culture is literally what the oppressors gave you to follow. The food that you eat, the liquor that you drink, the attitude that you have, the way that you treat your women, the way that you treat yourself. These are all taught behaviors, okay, that the oppressors gave to you to follow. When I ask these Hebrew Israelites, okay, Hebrew, we are the Hebrews. Where are you gaining your information from? Are you gaining your information from actual Hebrews that they can trace their bloodline back to the beginning of time? Don't give me these Igbo people. These Igbo people was one of the people that was trading with these people, and they took on their women and they took on their men, and then in order for you to be a part of that, you must take on their religion as well. That's how they came about. And as you can see, they're more lost than anybody else. Don't you see they got the kakaka on their head? We got Black people walking around with the kakaka on their heads. Come on now. Who else got the kakaka on their heads? The Pope. Who else? But the problem is those same Black people with the kakaka on their heads, they never are allowed to go into Israel, into the wall of Antony, Antonia, Atonia. That's the wall, and I'm gonna show it to you. Matter of fact, I've been talking way too much. Let me show you guys this wall. Let me show you guys this wall. Hold on. Instead of doing all this talking, let me show you guys this wall. Instead of doing all this talking, let me show you guys this wall. Where am I? Oh. Okay. Let me show you guys this wall. This is for those, you know, that says that I just be capping, I be talking out my behind. Let me show you guys what you all indulging yourself into. This is the Ark. Remember the Ark of the Covenant? That thing started in Hebrew. They took that from the Egyptian text. Okay? Just to show you. Okay, first of all, the very word ark is an Egyptian word and not Hebrew at all. Ark is Egyptian and not Jewish. Okay, this is in the Smith Bible Dictionary. They came out with the Vanderbilt Bible Dictionary. But look, ark, this is in the dictionary, a word adopted from the Egyptians, which means a chest. Okay, so when you hear Noah's Ark, that's the Noah's Ark story alone is another lie. Okay? The Noah's Ark story itself is another lie. You don't have to listen to me. There's plenty of artifacts and books that can show you. The story of Noah came from the story of Gilgamesh. The Gilgamesh story. Go look it up. Go look it up. The word ark only means chest. So was Noah on a boat or was he in a chest? That probably explains why nobody can find this so-called ark. An ark that supposedly carried hundreds of animals, maybe thousands, because a lot of animals from that time to now has been extinct. Okay? Thousands, hundreds of animals in an ark that was built by one man. I mean, oh my geez, yeah. Let me show you. Okay, you see the ark? You see the Egyptians with the ark? You see it? You see this? This is an ark. It's only a chest. Okay? The ark comes from Latin. They take it and they create a version. The word ark comes from Latin archaea, a chest or box, especially one in which secret religious objects were concealed and transported. Okay? And after when they invaded Egypt and they seen these on the wall, this is how they created their own. Okay? Here's the Egyptian version. Here's their version. Look how they dress. Look what they created. Okay? You see the symbol that look like a pyramid, that look like a triangle? Look at how they created their version. Okay? This was in Egypt. This wasn't no slaves. Okay? It wasn't no slaves. Another lie. Okay? Here's a picture of the original holy ark on the wall of the Egyptian temple. Notice it is in Egypt and not in the Hollywood fake so-called Holy Land. There is nothing holy in that land. Remember Noah's Ark? Indiana Jones of the Lost Ark? Why he wasn't in Israel looking for the ark? What is he doing in Egypt? This prayer is to the ark. Come on now. Even the word Dagon. That's where you get your God from. Remove the A and replace it for the O, because that's what they do. And just like in German, the word son, they put it S-U-N, but it's really S-O-N. Okay? Same thing here, people. That's why when you say, oh my God, oh Lord, all this, you're giving worship and honor to their deities and not yours. And you wondering why you still at the bottom and you still haven't redeemed any freedom. You wondering why you still haven't had there's not a spiritual paralysis that came on you and overtook you that made you want to stand up and not be afraid anymore. It's because you keep calling on their substance. Okay? Okay? And some of you guys already know this. If you've been following me for a long period of time, you know this. You see this? You see what's on his, you see this symbol right here? You see the symbol right here? Okay? Even for those that that's claiming that Jesus is a black man and look, let me show you what's in the Bible, bro. This is in their book, bro. Look, the Christian church say Lucifer is the devil, but that's not what the Bible reference says. Okay, Lucifer, see the morning star. Okay, which is Lucas. That's where you get the Lucas, loco. Okay, when you are loco and you're Lucas, John Lucas, you are a child of Lucifer. But check this out. The name morning star or day star are rarely Lucifer. The New Testament does not name the devil as Lucifer. Use of this name in reference to a fallen angel seems for an interpretation of Isaiah 14:30-20. How does that fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? A passage that speaks particularly that speaks of a particular Babylonian king to whom is given a title that reference to what in English is called the day star or the morning star. In Latin, aka is Lucifer, as the fallen or destined to fall from the heavens or skies. 2 Peter's 1:19 and elsewhere, the same Latin word Lucifer is used to reference the morning star with no relation to the devil. Okay? Okay? So who's that morning star? Lucifer. See the morning star, right? Lucifer, Bible Encyclopedia. For those that's thinking that I'm talking crazy, Bible Encyclopedia right in front of you. Come on now, let's talk about it. Lucifer, light bringer, okay? Light bringer. Who else brought light unto the world? Yeah. Look, the Hallelujah, okay? When you hear these people running around saying hallelujah and hallelujah, they give honor to Lucifer. Okay? Stop saying these things. That has nothing to do with you as black people. Okay? You wondering why you're still suffering with sickness and diseases. I'm a lover. Listen, I seen the post. You had a respiratory infection. How are you having this? And you are supposed to be walking with the creators, in your term, the creator. How? Make that make sense. You got to make it make sense. Because according to the Biblos, if you walk with me and you stand by me, you will be protected from all sicknesses and diseases. Why are you still getting sick? Something is not adding up. It's either the Bible is telling the lie or this God that they're telling you does not exist. You pick your poison. Okay? Now check this out. Now when you go to Christian, morning star, Christ. Morning star, Christ. Okay? Let's go to the book of Revelations chapter 22. I bet you guys ain't even know this. You're going to get your barbecue chicken today. Bright and early, 7 o'clock, I'm on the drop top, preaching these streets. Okay? It said, blessed 14 said, blessed are those who do his commandments, that they may have the right to the tree of life and may enter through the gates into the city. What gate? What tree of life? You guys don't understand the tree of life. They're telling you the entry into Africa, because Africa is the tree, is the center of all life. People, wake up and stop sleeping. Please, I beg you. Please, I beg you. That's where the tree of life comes from. Africa, because all life started in Africa. But blessed are those who do his commandments. What did Jesus say he was going to do? He said he was coming with the sword. Matthew 10 verse 34. I don't have to put that for you. You know this. Okay? Okay? It says, but outside are dogs and sorcerers and sexual immorals and murderers and idolaters, whosoever love practices a lie. Those are those that didn't follow the ways of Jesus and Christianity. Okay? There was a lot of Europeans that didn't conform to that. They prefer to do their savage behavior. Okay, this savage behavior has always been present in their customs. You can go look into their history. I just gave you guys a phenomenal live earlier yesterday at 9 p.m. Tell a friend. You understand? You understand? This is in their DNA. So what you're reading here is what they was doing is like, yo, listen, you're not following my ways. Okay, you a dog. You're going to continue doing what you're doing. You're staying outside of the gate. Okay? I, Jesus, has sent my angel to testify to you these things in the church. Okay? I am the root and the offspring of David, the bright and morning star. Okay? And the spirit of the bride say, come. Let him that heareth say, come. And let him that tries come. And whosoever will, let him take the water of life freely. Okay? Okay? And these are the books of you. These are all the books that you can read and get it for yourself, people. These are the books you can read and get it for yourself, people. These are the books you can read and get it for yourself, people. It's not the one I want. There you go. You see what I was telling you earlier? You see what I was telling you earlier with German? English is a Western German language. So in German, that things that rise each morning is spelled S-O-N, not S-U-N. And the sun belongs to God. Is God's son in German. And God's son is the light of our world. Okay? Okay? So when I tell you guys that you don't know what you're worshiping, when I tell you that this has nothing to do with Alkebulan, African spirituality, has nothing to do with us. We have absolutely no ties to this. This is their mystical stories that they created. They took it from the Egyptians and they created their own version. Okay? It's not the one I want to show you. I think it was on like 14. Look at this. Look at this. It was 13. Let me see 11. Okay. Let me see 11. That was 11. Let me see 10. Okay. This is what's all in religion. All homosexuality. This is in reference of a penis. You see this? Okay. You see this? I don't want to be explicit, but I'm going to tell you guys the truth. I don't want to be explicit, but I'm going to tell you guys the truth. See this cross? You seen this? This is the same cross that was on the Pope. Remember I showed you in the beginning? What is this? Number 13? All right, so let me go to number 1. You see it? You see it right here? Now, why is the Pope having the symbols that the Nazis and the Germans have as well? Huh? Associated with what? With Germany. Okay? The Iron Cross, whose arms splay outwards, is also known as the formerly or the Patty Cross. It is the heretic symbol associated with Germany. As this country's highest military decoration, it was first awarded. Okay? Okay? You see He-Man? Okay? You see Hitler? Okay? You see the church, the kingdom church? You see it? Maybe, hold on. Let me full screen it. All right. Let me full screen it, and then let me show myself, because I want you guys to see this as well, man. Let me share this. Hold on. Hold on. Because, like I said, man, we not here. We not here to, you know, spread the lies anymore, bro. Like, I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I'm just sick and tired of our people arguing, black people